Thank you very much, Madam Vice President. Madam Vice President, Madam Deputy High Commissioner, Excellencies, let me begin by welcoming the speakers and distinguished delegates to today's panel discussion and expressing my government's sincere appreciation for the opportunity to address this august body on such an important topic. On behalf of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs of Kazakhstan, I would also like to express my gratitude to the Office of the High Commissioner for Human Rights for organizing such an important panel discussion. Dear colleagues, peace and tolerance, respect for human rights and fundamental freedoms are our common goal and shared values, a common vision for development and a universal aspiration. The Universal Declaration of Human Rights provides legal avenues for the widespread promotion of the values and principles of peace contained in human rights law by proclaiming education as the key element in the development of more peaceful societies. In view of the rise of intolerance, discrimination, and hatred, which undermine social harmony and threaten the peace and stability our societies in all parts of the world, we believe it is crucial to mainstream respect for human rights, peaceful coexistence, tolerance and understanding among individuals and communities in international and national prevention strategies, and that education is a key tool in this regard. Grounded in the Convention on the Rights of the Child, these panel discussions give us opportunity to explore best practices how to promote, through education, respect for human rights and fundamental freedoms, mutual understanding, gender equality, and friendship among all people as an effective strategy to promote sustainable peace. It's also an opportunity to discuss about how education can contribute to the recovery and reintegration of children in the most vulnerable situations, including those affected by armed conflicts and associated with armed and terrorist groups. As you may know, the countries of Central Asian region, among many other states, have been working on the repatriation and reintegration of children affected by armed conflicts and terrorism. As our experience shows, education is crucial for recovery of these children and the restoration of their future. Let me briefly share my country's experience. Kazakhstan pioneered to repatriate Kazakh citizens from the conflict zones in Syria and Iraq and give them a chance for a new life. As a result of the special humanitarian operations, a total of 725 Kazakh citizens were returned to their homeland, including 37 men, 188 women, and 500 children. There are several key lessons we can share in this regard. First, we consider returned women and children as victims of terrorism. At the same time, we strive to implement the most balanced approach that allows us to avoid both victimization and glorification of this category of people. After completion of all rehabilitation procedures, all those who returned from the conflict de-escalation zones in Syria and Iraq acquired equal rights with other Kazakhstanis, including the right to education. From those repatriated, over 200 children were enrolled in preschool education and more than 200 children were enrolled in schools. More than 140 children were given the opportunity to participate in creative activities, sports, and extracurricular activities. It should be noted that individual tutoring is provided to children who had problems with the educational process in order to address educational gaps. During the COVID-19 pandemic, local government and charity organizations provided computers and laptops to affected children. In addition, the children are socialized through recreational activities such as visits to theaters, museums, excursions, and other activities. The children are provided with clothing, school supplies, and meals as a part of wider program of education, sponsorship, and the Road to School campaign. To avoid stigmatization, all children born in war zones are documented with the birth certificates indicating home cities of their parents as their birthplace. This is important for the adaptation of children in society, in the schools they attend. Let me underline that this work would not have been possible without the support of civil society, human rights defenders, and UN agencies in Kazakhstan, in close cooperation with our international partners. We must ensure that the rights of the child are the center of peace-building processes, and that education promotes respect for human rights and fundamental freedoms, mutual understanding, gender equality, and friendship among all. Only through respect for human rights and fundamental freedoms can peace and tolerance be truly promoted. Thank you very much, Vice President.